I spin there and someone goes into me, it could be 20 grams worth of damage. Like, I can't fuck up like that. We all have dreams. Most slip away, forgotten. For as long as I can remember, I've wanted to race. And this is my last chance. Win or lose, this is my story. I'm just a normal guy, and I live in rural Cornwall with my wife and my one son and my baby girl about to arrive. It's very different to the life of a racer, going circuit to circuit, but it's a once in a lifetime opportunity and I'm not going to let it pass me by. I was born and then my dad made me watch motor racing with him, and then I've spent my entire life being obsessed by anything with a steering wheel. It's hard to explain why people love it so much. You're going into battle in this thing that's loud and smelly and it smells of petrol and the tyres burn, and it's an onslaught of the senses in every way. I am an underdog in this series, right? I'm less experienced and less prepared than a lot of other drivers on the grid. You know, the series that's below mine has got 14 to 16 year olds that have been practicing to do this since they were probably 10 or younger, and they're media trained and they're laser sharp and they're doing, you know, tennis ball exercises for reaction training, and I turned up and ate a bacon sandwich. So a media day is essentially the first opportunity where everyone you're competing against comes together and you're all trying to launch that series to the press.
Off you,
Cheers, thank you. It's all of this kind of fanfare around the start of it that makes you quite uncomfortable and distracts you from the racing.
Welcome, 2025 Championship Launch Day.
Meeting everyone you compete with because you're all in the briefing together. It's headshots. There's a reason the headshots on our company website of me with my son. It's because I'm not a very good person to photograph. Headshots of my helmet, headshots of me.
Cheers, Sam.
Right, cheers.
Official. It's official now. Little name on there.
Rolling camera shots with the whole grid. You know, simulated overtaking to be filmed. And then do interviews as well. So yeah, it's a really full-on day, and then amongst that you're trying to also go out and try and be faster on track with the test sessions, as it's an opportunity to get on track and measure yourself against everybody else.
How was it in there? How was it being around everyone?
It's very serious, but also very friendly. Like, I feel like people in my series are very friendly. I went with my dad and my brother, and it meant a lot because my dad and my brother and I have been to so many race events. Being in the environment we've always loved going to just socially as a passion for us, but then it be because I was driving was massive.
I don't know how to get in the truck. What's that? I don't know how to get in.
At that point I've signed contracts with the team, and one of the most important things that everyone considers is how much it costs if you mess up.
I mean, I can't. No, that's definitely the wrong way.
People see me as someone that hasn't done it, and so everyone's not necessarily got ill intentions, but they're just trying to share all the information they know about it.
Hey, yeah.
And what it's like to go racing.
One of the most unflattering mornings of my life. I've just been film getting changed. Yeah.
Oh dear. He'd be wanting to get his position back because he'd always lose his first position.
Yeah.
First corner.
And accidents, yeah.
So they brought another car overnight down from the factory, and then went on the wet grass, flying down the bottom at 100 mile an hour.
Yeah.
Hit the wall.
And wrote up another one.
And wrote up another one. Not only that, but the thing burst into bloody flames.
Did it?
Yeah.
Jesus.
It is daunting.
Okay.
Because small mistakes can cost a lot. I was very rattled at the start of that day because if you smash a radiator, break the subframe, rip off a wishbone, it's $5,000. like gone. And if you crack the chassis, you might not be able to race again for a long time until you have the money to fix that car. My first session was, for me, an overwhelmingly negative experience. My times were awful. So yeah, I was very dejected after that first session.
So this is about peer of Joe, did you say?
Yes, this was his quickest
Okay.
from his test.
Okay.
So around here.
Yeah.
In the first round of feedback, it was basically
Second by that point, the hairpins are.
me then reliving on the screen with the data every mistake I'd made for the last 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you end up getting an ask about brake shape because you hold it for longer, because you haven't slowed down enough, and then you have a fast release, which means we don't get the rotation we want.
Yeah.
And
He essentially called me out for being a wuss basically and said you need to be back the person that you've been before and demonstrated to us.
if you chicken out,
Yeah.
thinking I'm going to do it, and then you
Yeah,
lift
go
in the last
straight.
part of the turn, no, you spin off in an
Okay,
instant.
fine.
Yeah. Which is
And
why
so
I'm
you just,
going
for someone that tries to operate at a high level with my work, I found that incredibly difficult. But you just have to listen and learn, and James was great. And then after that, it will start getting better.
So how was that?
My honest reaction is I'm frustrated. If I come out of there and catch a rear right tyre on inside right tyre as I'm putting the throttle down and I spin there and someone goes into me, it could be 20 grand's worth of damage. Like, I can't fuck up like that. But the problem is I've got to fully commit to not fuck up like that. I have to get into my head that by trying to be cautious, I'm not doing it properly. I'm going to try and get calm now before I go back out, have a think, and then just try and get better at my braking. That's my only goal today.
I was so worried about damaging the car. Ultimately, you just have to put the visor down and remember that you've got one chance to do this. And I thought, let's go. And there's a lot of people that would want that opportunity, so you've got to make the best of it. I'm pushing and I'm getting better and I'm starting to really enjoy it. But that session was pretty fruity. All the things that I've read about that circuit you don't want to do, I witnessed it happen around me.
She's got my piece. Look at the data and we'll see where we go.
Is it what stabbing the top can do to
So I was pushing hard and I remembered what James told me, and he was like, you need to brake really late and make that chicane work because it's your slowest sector. So I did just that, but I locked up terribly and ended up going into the gravel. And then I noticed this tiny, like half a metre strip of tarmac and come out the other side and get back on the circuit. Your adrenaline doesn't just turn into like a fight or flight adrenaline, it turns into like this high almost, faster through every corner. You can do that again and again and again, this snowball effect. Then you come in off the session, you just wish it wouldn't have ended.
I'm elated. I didn't crash. Big win. I learned the circuit, got back in the car and felt comfortable. This is my first day and I've gone from back of the pack to in the top half of the pack, and that's a huge win for me.
Onwards and upwards.
Onwards and upwards, for sure. Let's do it.
Race at Donington is going to be the first time I have to do a rolling start close to all the other drivers. I feel confident now with all the practice I've done in the last month to be ready for that moment.
Yeah, you're on.
My whole family's going to be sat in a grandstand just round the first corner, and so it's just going to be amazing. I'm going to feel really proud to be doing that.